Good Sunday afternoon and welcome into WVLT Now Desk. I'm Will Puckett. We're bringing you more details, information into the shooting in Chattanooga that happened around 2 o'clock this Sunday morning. Officials say that 14 people are injured, 3 people are dead. 2 of the 3 dead were shot. Another one was run over as people were exiting, fleeing, getting away from the scene in Chattanooga. Let's go ahead and give you this video real quick that we have from the CBS affiliate in Chattanooga, and this is really going to give you sort of an idea of what officials were seeing. You can see a lot of those tire marks on the ground. Still Chattanooga police on the scene at a nightclub in the downtown area, sort of a small memorial set up right outside of this nightclub, a bullet hole in the side of a van. And actually, I think this is from our crews on the scene, and still that police tape showing that something terrible happened outside of this Chattanooga nightclub. All of this is coming 1 week, exactly 1 week almost, after another mass shooting in Tennessee's 4th largest city of Chattanooga. And so the mayor there, Tim Kelly, is crying out, asking for change at both the local and federal levels when it comes to gun laws and gun restrictions. And it's relatively important to note in times where there tends to be a politicized effort. Tim Kelly doesn't sit on either side of the aisle. He ran and was elected as an independent. And so the mayor again of Chattanooga now asking his community to change their ways, and now asking for legislation at the national level to change in order to sort of spell off this gun violence that they've seen now in the span of a week. We have our Sam Luther in Chattanooga right now. Sam, while we get ready to introduce him, spent nearly 2 years reporting in Chattanooga before he came to the WVLT team. And so, Sam, I'm going to turn your microphone on right now, and then I'm going to switch the camera over to you. Before we run the sound that you got, just kind of walk us through exactly what you saw when you and our photojournalist Caleb Heatherly got on scene earlier this afternoon.
Yeah, well, right now, the police tape is gone. And it's a scene and a sight that people around this city have been seeing far too often of in the last week, in the last few years. If you talk to anybody that lives around this area, the sight of police tape is one that people at this point right here that live in Chattanooga are sick of seeing. Right behind me is Mary's Lounge, like you mentioned, Will. When we pulled up here, the police tape was still there. There were broken bottles of liquor and beer bottles all over the ground. The tire marks still visible well over 12 hours after this happened, which was just about 2 a.m. In the morning here, overnight Saturday into this Sunday afternoon. We saw the loved ones of some that lost a child here, grieving and mourning the loss of a family member. They did not want to chat with us, understandably, but their messages and the messages of so many people that live in this area is this has to stop. And it's a message that they're tired of saying right now, but it's one that's real and it resonates with them. And I actually want to show you a little bit right now of the active scene. They're sweeping up the parking lot of Mary's Lounge. It's a place that people around here say they go to get lunch. They don't look at it necessarily, some of them don't, as a bar or a nightclub. Others that live across the street say it keeps them up far too often, and they find that dangerous activity happens in the area a little bit because of this. And it's important to note as well, as we do show that establishment, nothing happened inside of Mary's Lounge. This all happened on Macaulay Avenue, a scene that stretched for blocks and blocks and continued to just escalate, really. Will mentioned it earlier, but 14 people are still injured right now. We understand that at least several of them remain, not RN, they remain in critical condition as this happened well over 12 hours ago at about 2:15, 2:30 in the morning. It woke people up. We talked to neighbors who said they thought they were hearing firecrackers. We talked with people who said that they still like this area and they maintain that it's safe for them, that there just unfortunately are bad apples. And last night that they said that there were bad apples, and unfortunately It came to their backyard and their front door here along Macaulay Avenue. But I think we'll mention that we have some sound bites from some of the people we talked to earlier. If we have that footage, we'll go ahead and give you a listen to what they had to say a little while ago this afternoon.
It's loud pops. I mean, I don't know. It's just, you think it's firecrackers sometimes or gunshots the other.
Everything was blocked off and roped up, and I started asking questions. I didn't know what was going on.
Many people right now are feeling unsafe and concerned about our welfare and about the safety of our neighborhood.
Will mentioned it a while ago as well. This is exactly 7 days since 6 teenagers were shot in downtown Chattanooga. To put everything into perspective, Will asked me at the 6:30 hour what this area is comparative to. In Knoxville, it's not quite Kingston Pike. Think maybe of a Cumberland Avenue kind of road. To put it into perspective, the zoo is just down the road the other direction. So if you think about where that is in Knoxville, imagine this happening right there. Gunfire woke a lot of these neighbors up. That's what killed 2 people. The third person died by getting hit by a car, hit and run over by a car. 2 others were injured by that same process, that same thing that hurt so many people. And unfortunately, tonight, 3 people are not going to make it home because of gun violence stemming from here on Macaulay Avenue. The things that we do know right now, or what we just went over, the unknown, the things that investigators, Chattanooga police, are still working the scene and working to figure out and learn the answers to, is was this gang related? And did this have anything related to last weekend's shooting, which again, 6 teenagers were shot? Those answers right now are not unknown, but at this point, they do believe, and they're working on the assumption there were at least 2 people that fired shots. And again, they are responsible for lost lives at this point. So they are encouraging that if you have information, you're asked to contact Chattanooga police as the investigation's still going on. And I know I'll send it back to you here in a second, but it's a big weekend for Chattanooga. The Riverbend Festival happens every year. It's a big outside concert that happens in downtown alongside the water with a big barge that sits in the water on the Tennessee River. It's a highlight for many people's year and summer. Over the last few years, and Will alluded to it earlier, that when I worked here, we actually would cover occasionally shootings that stemmed from arguments and fights outside of the Riverbend Festival. So it was naturally one of the questions I asked Chattanooga police when I was looking into the story today. Did it have anything to do with Riverbend? And he said, no, to their knowledge right now, people that go tonight to Riverbend and have been this weekend should not feel like there's any threat to public safety at this point. Even though it's happened in the past, they think this incident this morning was not one of them. And Will, I'll send it back to you. But I know this has been a concert that headliners have traveled across the world to come see. Thousands of people come here. No arrest yet as this investigation is still going on, Will.
All right, Sam Luther, thank you. Sam, you've had a long day. Go ahead and take a little bit of a break. We'll have Sam tonight live we'll have Sam tonight inside 10 and 11. Sam, thank you. So if you're just now joining us into this Facebook Live, or if you're on the WVLT streaming platforms, we are learning more today about a shooting that killed 3 and injured 14 others, several of them still in critical condition tonight in Chattanooga. This is video from our crews who arrived to the scene after noon on this Sunday. It happened outside of Mary's Lounge, a sort of nightclub type shop in a pretty predominantly or a well-known area in Chattanooga. Sam, who spent almost 2 years reporting in the area, was telling us that the zoo is just down the road, this stretch of road where this shooting happened. Could be compared to not quite a Kingston Pike if you're familiar with the Knoxville area, but maybe possibly a Cumberland Avenue that's on UT that runs through UT's campus. And so definitely a very well-traveled and often traveled stretch of road there in Chattanooga, and this happened again around 2 o'clock here on this Sunday morning. Again, it's important to note that this happened outside of Mary's Lounge, not inside the business itself. And so officials are now in the process of investigating just exactly how this shooting happened. One of the individuals who died, 3 people died in this, 2 of them by gunshot wounds. Another one was hit and killed as cars fled the scene. Another of the 14 injured, several of them were injured by being either hit by a car or run over by a car. Chattanooga police say that they're investigating this. This is a very popular weekend, as Sam was telling us, as the Riverbend Music Festival is in Chattanooga this weekend. Chattanooga police say that they do not suspect, they told Sam this, that they do not suspect that this is tied to that festival, that this was just completely separate on this side of town. Sam talked to several individuals who live in this neighborhood, some of them saying they love Mary's Lounge. It's a great asset to the community. Others say it keeps them up at night, it's too loud, so on and so forth. Sam was able to catch several of the people who lived in that neighborhood, and here's what they told him this afternoon.
It's loud pops. I mean, I don't know. It's just, you know, you think it's firecrackers sometimes or gunshots the other.
Everything was blocked off and roped up, and I started asking questions. I didn't know what was going on.
Many people right now are feeling unsafe and concerned about our welfare and about the safety of our neighborhood.
So again, those were individuals who lived in the neighborhood at the corner of North Kelly Street and McCallie Avenue. Again, our Sam Luther, who did reporting in Chattanooga for a couple of years and then came to our team, and we actually sent him down there this afternoon. People telling him, quiet neighborhood, enjoyable. Mary's Lounge, where this shooting happened, is an asset to the community. Others saying it's the exact opposite of that, in that they wished that this wouldn't happen and something changes. Again, Chattanooga's Mayor Tim Kelly, recently elected, is now calling for change inside of his community and in Washington. Last weekend, juveniles were shot outside of a stretch of businesses in a business district in Chattanooga, and then 1 week later, 3 people killed, 14 injured after gunshots were fired outside of Mary's Lounge on McCallie Avenue in Chattanooga. And so Chattanooga police are investigating. No suspects in this, still several people in critical condition, according to Chattanooga police, as they told our own Sam Luther. And so investigation now begins. They say they're not ruling out gang violence. Right now, they haven't really ruled out anything other than that this did not take place inside of Mary's Lounge. And so, again, Chattanooga police officials investigating a shooting overnight that happened at about 2 o'clock on this Sunday morning. Officials say 3 people are dead, 2 of them by gunshots. 1 more person was hit and killed by a vehicle that was leaving this situation. They don't know if the vehicle, or they haven't said if the vehicle was related to the shooting or if it was just someone caught in what may have been crossfire. Any further updates on this story, we will put them right here inside the WVLT webpage, as well as the WVLT News app that you can download in both the Android and Apple stores. We will have more tonight at 10 on the CW Knoxville from Sam, and then at 11 on WVLT. Thank you for joining us. Again, any further updates in a shooting that's left at least 3 people dead, 2 of them by gunshots, 1 being hit by a car that was escaping, leaving the scene, and then 14 others injured, several of them at least in critical condition. Tonight, we'll update you here on the WVLT Facebook page, on all of our streaming platforms, and inside the WVLT News app.